Hello,
and welcome.
if you found this video, I'm guessing you're a lot like us.
Quote-unquote adults.
With way too many games in your back catalog, and the man taking up way too many of your hours.
Meaning you'll never complete those games.
When zoning out for the night, we love watching trophy hunters and speedrunners blitzing through games and finishing everything with enough time to spare for refunds.
Well, we're neither talented enough
Nor have enough time to do that, so instead, we're bucking the trends of these new overpriced and overbloated games by going back and finishing the games we already started.
at our pace.
That means we're using old saves,
New and old glitches.
and trying not to drive each other crazy as we go back to Plat. We aren't gonna have rules for our games,
Yeah, we already got too many of those.
but we are gonna be sharing a few things. First of all, we're gonna look at how long it took us either to beat the game or quit it the first time. Then we're gonna add the time it took us to obtain the plat by any means necessary.
Next, we'll let you know how many trophies we earned the second time around.
And last, we'll let you know what we thought with our final grade.
If you end up liking this series, come hang out with us live while we trophy hunt.
Links in the description.
And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And without further ado, let's head back to Platin!
Heck of a dying, man. This sure shit beats the hell out of dying.
Alrighty, now with the magical start to this series under our belt, we decided that we were going to change things up and go down south to Dovey, Louisiana. I have a feeling that this trip down south is not only going to include a whole lot of trophy hunting, but it's going to have a lot of zombies, a whole lot of remakes, and just enough Chevy. So let's start things off with just a little bit of gush. Well, I know you literally can't go wrong with almost any of the mainline Resident Evil series. Hey, I said almost. I'm a firm believer that the Resident Evil name and its renaissance in the current gaming landscape has everything to do with this game. It was a reintroduction to the series that absolutely needed to land, and land it did. Wait. The game changed the formula up for the series quite a bit. It went to first person, it reintroduced the survival horror mechanic, well, you know, it got close enough to it. It introduced a new protagonist, VR, and so much more. However, even with everything new, I don't think a single thing in this game missed, solidifying it as the most influential horror game since the original game in the series. Now this game has a ginormous fan base, and while most people love 2 and 4, my number one game is Resident Evil 3, closely followed by Resident Evil 7. So you know, do with that as you will. Anyways, let's kick things off. The run started off looking pretty promising. I already had 23 of the 38 trophies we needed for the plat, shaving potentially 2 full runs off of the game. While there's a whole bunch of new lore introduced into this story, and the tragic tale of the Bakers is very easy to get sucked into, this game can easily be beaten in 4 hours per run, and I would know as I already have that trophy. So the initial plan seemed as if we would only need 2 runs. One was going to be on Madhouse difficulty, which sounds like it would be difficult, and while it might be a challenge for new runners or speedrunners of the game, here on Back to Plat we take every advantage we can, meaning that I was able to use all the unlocks from the previous runs. I thought that the Albert pistol was going to be the saving grace for this run, but it was actually the mini saw that put in most of the work. I ran through Madhouse difficulty alone as Holly's not really interested in suffering through dying on the hardest difficulty over and over, and I'm way too talented to die that often. Right? Well, first death. Okay. Well, 2 deaths down. Nice. Oh, is he still standing? My boy's a G.
You're alone, and now you're gonna die this way.
What the hell? What the hell? I love it. I deserve that. So my initial plan was to simply beat Madhouse difficulty and collect all the antique coins during this run, as those were the only 2 trophies specifically linked to this difficulty. However, This meant saving about 10 trophies for the second run, and it was Holly's first time running the game, so you're gonna see that things changed pretty fast, which actually helped ease the pressure on the second run. Now, while I knew I was gonna be using the unlocked items, you have to complete a good chunk of the opening tutorial area to even be able to access the item box. And this meant that I would have to defeat Mia twice, and avoid Jack at least once before gaining access to my rewards. Now, Madhouse difficulty also meant that saves were limited, so I'd have to be a little bit strategic when it came to grabbing coins, ammos, and saves. I was following a guide for the coins, and thank God I did, because the very first coin of the run is completely missable. After finding it, we moved into what is possibly the most dangerous part of this run. We started off by finding Mia and slowly following her through the basement, and then she tries to kill you, and then she chops off your hand, and then she tries to kill you again. Finally, Jack does kill you.
Welcome to the family, son.
Now, I'm not sure how canonical it is, but apparently this is the moment where Ethan actually dies and is brought back as a molded, which is such a long setup for Resident Evil 8. Anyways, one short trip through the yard and a dinner party later, and we have our Jack attack. Now, this Jack sequence is quite important to the Resident Evil story because it shows that Ethan's elusive escapades are only elongating the expectancy of his earthly existence.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I also ended up having to restart this area as I didn't realize that coins from previous sections automatically went to the box, but both times I got this leg getting chopped off scene, and I kind of thought this was a rare scene, and I'm pretty sure I didn't get it on my first run. If you haven't triggered this scene yet in your runs, please let me know down in the comments. So the main house is dedicated almost completely to Jack, and escaping it means that you not only have to defeat him once, but twice, while also avoiding him throughout the house. Madhouse made navigating the Metroidvania-esque area easier, as you could unlock one of the keys with the coins that we were collecting, which meant that we got to Jack 2 quicker. Now, I wasn't sure how difficult it would be, but I decided I was going to go for the missable trophy in this fight where you had to duck underneath of Jack's saw, but I got it, earning us the first trophy of this rerun. Is that attack? Alright, there we go. Please die, please die, please die. Nice. Let's go. That was so easy. And I got the first trophy. Let's go. So with Jack, the main house, and an unexpected first trophy in the past, my confidence went soaring and I decided that I was going to tackle the 3 trophies out back in Marguerite's section of the property. I knifed some small bugs, chainsawed a big bugger, and swatted a fly out of the sky, wrapping up Marguerite in day 1 with 4 trophies earned in roughly 4 hours of gameplay.
You're not getting away this time.
Nice! Let's go! Oh! I really felt like I was playing well, so I completely adjusted what we were doing moving forward. Because I had the glasses on that showed where the items were, I had been destroying the Mr. Everywheres with the hopes that I would get them all this run. But I knew that I would be getting the Happy Birthday tape speed run, as well as the B ending in the Madhouse difficulty to save us trouble later. I struggled through Lucas's section of the house as I refused to heal, thinking that I was going to need the heals for Jack. However, I did manage to speedrun Clancy's, birthday, and quickly did away with Jack, who only got me 1 sword 5 times.
Oh, wow. What do I have to hit him with?
I also chose Zoe here, setting me up for the trophy and the end of Zoe. Not the DLC, of course. What I didn't realize about the B ending was that it actually adds another fight with Mia all the way at the end of the ship section. Now for the ship. I absolutely hate this section of the game. I feel like it breaks up the pacing, and the back and forth nature of completing it is just not fun. I did miss a trophy here, but we ended up getting it with Holly later on. But with Mia down one final time, we took the fight to Grandma. First, we collected the last Madhouse coin. Hey, Mad Pelicans! Then we headed to the mines before confronting and stopping Evelyn, earning us the final 2 trophies for the Madhouse run, and the end of day 2 with just under 4 hours of work. You missed one bullet. This is just game over there. Oh.
What a run. A lot of trophies. I can't remember how many we started with, but we found all the antique coins, so we got that trophy already. Yeah, so we got like 5 or 6, maybe 7 trophies.
Who's your daddy now? Just a memory now.
That's the other alternate ending. Yeah, let's go.
With Madhouse done and dusted, Holly came in for a much easier run than initially intended. We still needed 6 trophies to pop the Plat, and we spent a good chunk of time planning everything out.
The biggest thing? What are our biggest things for this run?
Don't pick up everything.
Don't pick up anything, really. You're going to have unlimited ammo in the gun that you start with. You can't go in the box, which is fine, but the biggest thing is, the reason you can't pick up anything, we can trash it, so it's fine if you accidentally pick up something, but the big thing is, we need to save space for the antique coins, because we need to collect all of them. We need to save space for, like, the keys. There's certain keys that we need to pick up. There's, like, a crow key, a raven key, and a serpent key. No, crow and raven are the same thing. Crow.
Or not.
I'm saying, like, they're birds. There's a different one. Snake. What's that? See, it sounds like Rhodey.
It is Rhodey.
Oh. Did you look it up after we talked about it?
I think we looked at it up before.
Alright, so real quick.
While our ADHD brains aside, we had a much shorter checklist, but it was still going to be a grind regardless. The scary part was that we needed to collect all of the antique coins again, we needed to read all the files in a single run, we needed to hit the final Mr. Everywhere, we needed to not heal more than 3 times, and we needed to not go into the item box more than 3 times. Those all needed to be exact, but the last trophy we could load an area over and over until we got that one trophy. While we did end up pretty much having to do a full run of the game, Holly cruised through it extremely easily, especially with it being her first time actually playing the game. One of the funny things that came up as we were running through the intro though was the idea that Ethan is such a great human being in this story, rushing off into the middle of nowhere in order to find a girl that pretty much ghosted him over 3 years ago. While Holly was initially disappointed when I said that showing up to the baker's property and seeing the state that it was in would probably be the end for me, upon stumbling on Crawler Mia, she came over to the dark side.
You see me crawling up the stairs like this? You're okay?
I'm kicking you in the head.
And because I feel like I won this debate, here's a small montage of Holly's jump scares. Headphone wearers be warned, volume has been adjusted, but there may be loud yells upcoming.
Right behind the wall there. Alright, now we can go back upstairs and flip the power.
Oh God!
Right ass.
Welcome to the family, son.
He's gonna catch up to you, so just be prepared.
I told you.
Which?
Left. Go straight. You're gonna try and close this door.
No!
On you. Close it. And then go in the hatch. And you got the key for it. Takes a second to open. And then jump down.
Oh God, move!
That's fine, you're good now. You can slow down. Alright, so your next core up, right? Pick that up. And then try going up the left? What? That's so weird. Oh, okay. This is why. It wouldn't do it with the west. They don't pop out until you solve the puzzle in this area. There's a pallet on a wall we're looking for. You don't have to duck. I'm not lying to you. Keep walking. If you look with you have the glasses so you can see everything. We're looking for like that symbol. But that one. Alright, turn around. You gotta kill him.
Why would you lie to me?
Babe, you're. Ow.
I'm sure we didn't get any friends today.
When you warn her about it. Thanks, SMR. Alright, so now you're gonna go up the stairs. Nope, turn up here.
Oh my God, I didn't even know there were stairs. Are you okay?
Alright, so there's gonna be someone that bursts out through the wall here, I'm pretty sure. But unfortunately, you have to kind of walk into it. Aim. Down, big.
Oh. Nice.
Thankfully, we decided pretty early on to follow a guide for all the files, the Mr. Everywheres, and the coins. While the files and coins started off pretty early, I didn't realize that the Mr. Everywhere statues could be collected throughout all of your playthroughs, and the one I missed in Lucas's area was actually our first trophy for day 3.
Right there. He's right there. Oh, nice. Yay. We didn't hit all of them, by the way, in one run. It's just all of them in general. So every single time I played the game, I've missed that one.
All right, well, trophy counter.
Nice.
All right,
That's the first trophy of Holly run.
Now, believe it or not, our planning isn't usually the greatest for these hunts, and it did almost cost us in this playthrough, as I didn't realize that the item box would be so specific. And when we opened the box after the tutorial, we had no idea that this would be the only time that we would be able to voluntarily open the box for the rest of the game. The healing didn't really impact too much though, thankfully, as we found out that the steroids were pretty much a free heal. So with me guiding and Holly playing, we blitzed through the game on easy, getting to Lucas's area, where we were forced to open the item box in order to empty our inventory, making this our second open, and then loading up on weapons for the Jack fight, making it our third and final box visit. This may not seem too wild yet, but it meant that we couldn't open any of the boxes as Mia on the ship, and yet we still needed to manage ammo, coins, remote explosives, and the acid, as we needed to have a molded grab us for one of the trophies, which for some reason he despawned the first time and I had to reload.
Where'd he go? Hello? Alright, sir, I know you're acting a certain way, but I actually need you to spawn. There you go. Hey, that's a spicy meatball.
And we had to open up one of the lock boxes for the final coin on easy mode.
Hey, pelicans in your pocket.
So back as good guy Ethan, we were back on the run with having no inventory really to speak of. We finally read the last file of the run, and took the little ammo that we had left and headed towards Evelyn. Thankfully, and for reasons completely unknown to me, if you die during this Evelyn fight, the game lets you go back into your inventory and adjust it without it counting as going into the inventory box.
Yeah, I didn't know she ate you. That's so cool. So when you die here, you can manage your items, and it doesn't count as going to the box.
So finally in the clear, or really in the thick of the mold, we finished off Evelyn for the final time, picking up the final 2 trophies and the Plat.
Resource manager.
Up that trophy. Get
Walk
that
it up.
trophy.
Now walk it up. Now walk. Here we go. Bio splatter. Woo. That's platinum number 2. You give it a 2.
Oh, it's dancing.
And with that, we get to see the sexy man that is Chris Redfield.
Take it off, you handsome man.
If we just skip it now. That was great.
Alrighty, girls and goons, that's another platinum down, and time for our results. First off, let's look at our playtime, including the replay time.
So, with the comparatively tame 65 hours to start, plus the 13 it took us to grab up the rest of the trophies, we earned this plat with a combined time of 78 hours total.
Next up, we're gonna add up our trophies earned.
With 2 runs of varying difficulty, we gained 14 trophies over 4 days to eat up that plat.
And last but not least, our final grade.
Finally, given how much Anthony has enjoyed this game and how it got jumps out of me, even though I was rocking the best guns in the game, there's no denying the awesomeness of this game. Action, horror, zombies, and the fun, we give this game 12 donuts out of a baker's dozen.
If you made it this far, you better drop a like and a comment down below. And we'll see you next time in Back to Plat.